You need to hear this if you're a history buff. I bet you didn't know the true extent of America's military reach. The United States stands as a giant on the world stage. Its influence is undeniable, shaping global politics, economics, and culture. But underpinning this vast influence is a military might unmatched by any other nation. The U.S. military is a complex and powerful entity. It's a force that projects American power across continents and guarantees its security. The United States has over 800 military bases in more than 70 countries. The U.S. spends approximately $732 billion annually on defense, which is more than the next 10 countries combined. The U.S. Navy operates 11 aircraft carriers, the largest number in the world. It's about understanding the intricate web of power dynamics that define our global landscape. Join me as we investigate the true extent of U.S. military power and its implications for the future. And stay tuned for Chapter 2, A Force to be Reckoned with, where we delve deeper into the capabilities that make the U.S. military a formidable force. Plus, in Chapter 3, Fueling the Arsenal of Democracy, we'll explore the industrial might that supports this military powerhouse. And don't miss Chapter 4, Projecting Power Through Bases and Alliances, where we uncover how the U.S. extends its influence globally through strategic partnerships and military installations. And in Chapter 5, Nuclear Dominance and the Future of Warfare, we'll examine the role of nuclear weapons in maintaining global stability and what the future holds for warfare. And in Chapter 6, Alliances and Global Stability, we'll explore how the U.S. collaborates with allies to maintain global peace and security. And finally, in Chapter 7, Pivotal Military Engagements, we'll revisit the key battles that have defined America's military history and shaped its present. The United States military is a technological marvel. It boasts cutting-edge weaponry and a highly trained personnel. The U.S. Air Force has over 5,300 aircraft, making it the largest and most technologically advanced air force in the world. The U.S. Army has over 4,400 tanks and 39,000 armored vehicles, making it a formidable ground force. The U.S. military is divided into 5 branches: the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marine Corps, and Coast Guard. Each branch plays a crucial role in maintaining America's security and global presence. From stealth fighters like the F-35 to nuclear-powered aircraft carriers, its arsenal is vast and imposing. The Navy dominates the seas, projecting power globally. The Marine Corps is known for its rapid deployment capabilities, and the Coast Guard safeguards America's coastlines and waterways. This intricate network of military branches, each with its own specializations, allows the U.S. to project power across the globe. With 1.3 million active-duty personnel and 811,000 reserve personnel, it's a force designed to respond to any threat, anywhere in the world.
The U.S. spends more on its military than any other country in the world. In fact, it accounts for a staggering 40% of global military expenditures. This financial commitment reflects the importance America places on maintaining its military superiority. In 2023, the U.S. defense budget was $732 billion, which is 3.4% of its GDP. This money funds everything from weapons development to military salaries and training. It also supports the maintenance of a vast network of military bases around the world. The U.S. has over 6,200 nuclear warheads, the second largest arsenal in the world. The U.S. defense industry employs over 2.5 million people, contributing significantly to the economy. Critics argue that this level of spending is unsustainable and diverts resources from other crucial areas like healthcare and education. However, proponents argue that it's essential for deterring aggression and maintaining global stability. The debate over U.S. military spending is complex and multifaceted. It reflects differing views on America's role in the world and the best way to ensure its security.
Section 4. Global Presence Projecting Power Through Bases and Alliances. The United States military has a vast global footprint. It maintains hundreds of military bases and installations in countries all over the world. This network of bases allows the United States to project power rapidly and respond to crises in different regions. The United States has military alliances with over 50 countries, including NATO, which has 30 member countries. NATO, The North Atlantic Treaty Organization is perhaps the most well-known of these alliances. It binds the United States to the defense of its European allies. The United States has over 200,000 military personnel stationed overseas. These alliances provide the United States with strategic depth and access to critical resources. Ramstein Air Base in Germany is a critical hub for U.S. operations in Europe and Africa. Yokota Air Base in Japan plays a vital role in maintaining stability in the Asia-Pacific region. Camp Humphreys in South Korea is essential for deterring aggression from North Korea. In the Middle East, bases in Qatar and Bahrain are pivotal for operations in the region and ensuring the flow of oil. However, the United States military presence abroad is not without its critics. Some argue that it fuels instability and resentment in certain regions. The United States spends $150 billion annually on maintaining its overseas bases. Section 5. Nuclear dominance and the future of warfare. The United States possesses a formidable nuclear arsenal, consisting of 6,200 nuclear warheads, with 1,750 deployed and ready for use. This arsenal serves as the ultimate deterrent against large-scale attacks on the United States and its allies. The U.S. spends $44.5 billion annually on its nuclear arsenal. In addition to its nuclear capabilities, the United States is also investing heavily in new technologies, including hypersonic missiles like the AGM-183 AARW that can travel at speeds exceeding Mach 5, making them incredibly difficult to intercept. Artificial intelligence, or AI, is another area where the United States military is investing heavily. AI has the potential to revolutionize warfare, from autonomous drones like the MQ-9 Reaper to sophisticated cyber warfare capabilities. The future of warfare is likely to be defined by these emerging technologies. The United States, with its vast resources and technological prowess, is well positioned to maintain its military dominance in the 21st century. However, the development and deployment of these new technologies also raise ethical concerns. The potential for autonomous weapons systems like the X-47B to make life-or-death decisions without human intervention is particularly troubling to many. The United States must carefully consider the ethical implications of these new technologies as it continues to develop its military capabilities. The United States has established over 50 bilateral treaties and maintains a military presence in more than 35 countries. These alliances are crucial for projecting American power and ensuring global stability. Key alliances like the Quad, comprising the United States, Japan, India, and Australia, focus on maintaining a free and open Indo-Pacific region. NATO, a military alliance of 30 countries from North America and Europe, is committed to collective defense and security. These alliances involve mutual defense agreements, where an attack on one is considered an attack on all, strengthening security for the U.S. and its allies. The U.S.-Japan Security Treaty has been a cornerstone of peace in the Asia-Pacific region for decades. NATO's collective defense mechanism deters potential aggressors and has been invoked only once in response to the 9/11 attacks. These alliances facilitate joint training, intelligence sharing, and technological collaboration, ensuring preparedness against emerging threats. Maintaining these alliances requires significant diplomatic effort and financial investment, but they are essential for global stability. By working closely with its allies, the United States bolsters its security and contributes to a more stable and peaceful world. This chapter will highlight some of the most important U.S. military engagements abroad, showcasing the strategic and tactical prowess of the U.S. military in various global conflicts. From World War II to the War on Terror, the U.S. military has played a crucial role in shaping the geopolitical landscape. In World War II, the United States emerged as a global superpower through decisive battles such as D-Day and the Pacific Island Hopping Campaign. These operations demonstrated not only military might, but also the ability to coordinate complex, multinational efforts. The Cold War era saw the U.S. intervening in Korea and Vietnam, conflicts that tested the limits of American military strategy and resolve. The Battle of Incheon in Korea and the Tet Offensive in Vietnam are stark reminders of the complexities and costs of war. The Gulf War in 1991 showcased the effectiveness of modern technology and rapid deployment. Operation Desert Storm was a swift and decisive campaign that liberated Kuwait from Iraqi occupation, underscoring the importance of coalition warfare and advanced military technology. In the 21st century, the war on terror has defined U.S. military engagements. Operations in Afghanistan and Iraq have involved counterinsurgency tactics, nation-building efforts, and the hunt for key terrorist figures. The raid on Osama bin Laden's compound in 2011 exemplified the precision and capabilities of U.S. Special Forces. These engagements highlight the evolving nature of warfare and the constant need for adaptation and innovation. Through these conflicts, the U.S. military has demonstrated its strategic depth and tactical ingenuity, solidifying its role as a global leader in military affairs. As we look to the future, the lessons learned from these engagements will continue to shape U.S. military strategy and its role on the world stage. Like and subscribe.